Alright guys, welcome back. I'm sorry I haven't been releasing videos lately. I know I missed a day or two, and this is because I was busy with school and studying and whatnot. But now that exams are over, I can now produce videos, and I am still planning on getting them out every other day. And today we are in the end, or not the end, we are in the nether, and we are here because we are going to make wither skeleton pads so we can farm them up for skulls. And because we want our beacon now, because we want to go ahead and get started on digging up the perimeter, or else it's going to be forever until it's done. So that's what we're going to make today, and I found these two crossroads. They're pretty close together. Down there and a little bit to the right are like three more, and those are going to be good spots. Um, they're far away to where if I walk to the end of another, more will spawn in the other side, so that's good. As for it being in a lava lake, it's not really in a lava lake, so we'll have to slap up this place. The reason why I didn't try to find one in the perfect ideal location is because this is actually only 50 blocks away from the spawn portal, and I wanted it to be close to it, so we don't have to walk a long ways to get skulls and risk the chance of dying with them. So there's that. We're just gonna go ahead and get started on these. The way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna use Etho's design. Um, I'm not sure who actually came up with it, but I got this idea from Ethos, and what he did was in this section of the crossroads, and the crossroads is just two of these bridges intersecting without the awning on top. And from the center block, this netherrack here I placed, it goes out 9 blocks in each direction, and that what makes this a crossroads section. And wither skeletons spawn in certain sections of a fortress, and this is actually the biggest and most efficient. So that's why we're using crossroads here. They also spawn a few blocks below and above this first layer right here. So we can actually layer it. It'll be like 4 layers or 5 maybe. I don't remember. I'll have to look into that. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and flatten this out and then make the platforms. And the blocks that I will be using are, I'll be using half slabs, nether brick slabs. And the reason why I'm using nether brick slabs is because we have a lot here, and gas can't blow it up. And what we're gonna do for a layer, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm just gonna dig this out real quick. Alright, so say this is the bottom of a layer, and these are actually going to be slabs. It's going to be the top side of the slab, so mobs can actually spawn on it. And then I'm going to have 3 blocks up, and up here we're going to put more top slabs. And that way they can spawn up there too. The reason why it's not 3 blocks is because wither skeletons can actually spawn in 2 block areas. And the reason why we aren't using full blocks is because if they spawn here, right here, and this is actually a full block, their heads will be stuck in here and they would actually suffocate. Because where the skeletons are only 2.5 blocks high, their heads will reach that block and they will die. And this way, they don't suffocate and they still spawn. That's what I'm gonna do there, and I'm gonna make a few layers. I'm gonna go ahead and dig out this 19 by 19 area, and we can get started. So there's 1, 2, and then 3 more down here. And I'm not sure about these hallways. I know that some spawn in there, or I found some in there, but I don't know if it's from the hallways or from crossroads. I'll look into that, and I'm gonna figure out every single section that wither skeleton actually spawn in, and I'll probably just layer it up like the crossroads there and make 4 layers, so that way we can have the maximum area of spawning for wither skeletons. So right here is not an ideal location for a crossroad because this has an awning. It's not the right crossroad. So we are just probably going to bar this off and use this section here, this L section, and that should be enough space. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'll see you guys soon. when I finish this. Alright guys, I'm back and I looked into the spawning of wither skeletons, and they spawn in a 10 block high um, area in their section. So this is gonna be, well, we're only gonna have enough for 4 platforms. The platforms are these half slabs I have up here, and in between are just showing you the blocks that they can spawn in. So starting at the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks they can spawn in. And right here is actually just the original nether brick block that's at this level at where you run in or walk on. So you need to go up 1 so you can get the maximum efficiency. Otherwise you would not be able to get this to spawn, because the way the monsters spawn is it sees if their feet actually touch, if there's a block underneath their feet, it will spawn them in this area. So right here, it will spawn a wither skeleton with its feet at this block, which is why that right there works, because this is still in the area of where the wither skeleton spawn, even though this block isn't. It just checks to see if this spot is a viable place for them to spawn in by checking the block underneath this spawn block here. And if it's right, it will spawn one there. So that's why we have this. This is not in the 10 block high area, so that's why we can still use this as a platform, is because of the way the spawning algorithm works. And we only need one spot there because, again, that's how it works. It only checks this one block here to see if the feet of the monsters can actually spawn here. And if it does, it'll spawn a wither skeleton there. So we have 4 platforms total, and I'm just gonna extend these out 19 into a 19 by 19 area. Again, it's only 9 blocks away from the middle block, so 9 blocks from here into all directions. And it includes the middle block too, so 9 plus 9 plus 1, that's 19. That's why it's like that. And we have about 4 more crossroads other than this one that I need to work on. And I'm gonna go ahead and make those, and then I'll add railings so we can't fall off and die. And I will see you guys when I finish this. Alright guys, I finished the one crossroad that we had right here, and this is what each level looks like. I railed it off with half slabs. These are actually bottom half slabs, so mobs can't spawn on this either, and that's good for us. I've already started to slab up the area under here, so I don't have to do that later. And up here, or over here, we have a ladder that takes you to each level, and you can just go to each level if you need to, if it's empty, and it's just to make it quicker, so we don't have to go downstairs or anything. You just go up a ladder, and it's a single block, so it's easier to prevent mobs from spawning and coming in here. So this is the second level, and the third level looks the same. And then on the 4th level, we actually have some skeletons here. And this level, the very top level, looks different because the ceiling, instead of having top slabs here, I have bottom slabs to prevent mobs from spawning above us. And the reason why these are half slabs is because wither skeletons can't spawn up there anyways. So I'm trying to eliminate mobs up there. And because when there is a block on the third, or when the wither's head is in a block, they actually get stuck. They can't move. The only way for them to actually hurt you if you walk up close like this. So that makes it easier for us, and this is why we had the ceiling here. If that didn't happen, I would just remove this actually, and it would just be an open area pad. But there's that. And I think earlier I said that wither skeletons are 2.5 blocks high. They're actually 3 blocks high. And I think I just slipped up. Because they actually get stuck here too, even though it looks like there's enough room. they're actually stuck. They can't move, and that is good. So we won't actually have trouble killing those. What we need to do is make a system that produces a bunch of fire resist potions for the blaze, because those can get a bit annoying, and I'll work on that later. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and start building the rest of these spawning pads and then start connecting them, and hopefully it turns out well. When building this, I actually got one skull, so that is a third down, and all I need is two right now. I don't really need to finish this whole entire thing until I need to get multiple beacons. But for now, I only need one for haste 2, so we can just get started on digging a perimeter, because this took a while to place actually, because the slabs they glitched up a lot for me, and it actually took like 10 minutes per platform, because you know, you try to place them, but then they just switch to the bottom, and then you have to break them, and it just gets annoying. So it just took me about mm, well, close to an hour. That's including breaks and stuff, and collecting these bricks here to make the slabs. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and continue all of this. We have one here, one down there, and I'll figure out if they actually spawn in these hallways. If they do, then I will make the pad actually expand all the way out to here, and then down here where there's another two crossroads, and hopefully that will be enough for our needs for the rest of the time here. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and build this, and I will see you guys soon, and I'll show you what I have. Okay guys, I finished digging out this crossroad here, and my pick got very low, so I wanted to go and repair it. So I was heading back here, and I told you guys about all of these crossroads and stuff, and all of this. And on my way back to spawn, actually, um, I don't, for some reason, there were just a bunch of wither skeletons, and I killed them all. And the very last two that were there, they actually dropped two skulls in a row. So I actually have three right here already. So I'm just gonna ditch this project for now. I'll finish it later when we need more beacons. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make a beacon and set it up and make a haste 2 beacon, so we can go ahead and start on the perimeter. And this is the area here where I found all of the skeletons. And I think it was like the luckiest thing that ever happened. I actually found all of these three skulls in the span of like 20 minutes. And that's really lucky, considering how long it actually takes to find one. And I found two in a row. So they have like a 5% drop rate, but really it's really low, because they're not like mm, there's not like a failsafe to make one drop every 20 kills, I guess. It's more of a random number generator, and if it picks a number from like, I don't know, 1 to 5 in a range of 100, then it will drop one. But even then, it's incredibly low, because of the number generator. So there's that, and I just found that, I don't know, today has been a good day. I finished part of the project, and I got these really quickly, and now I just want to start digging out the perimeter, so we can go ahead and get that done. And I will set up a beacon, and um and when I come back, I will show you guys what we're actually gonna do to the chunks that we are going to dig, and how we're going to actually um, tell the difference between a regular chunk and a slime chunk. We're just going to place slabs on the bottom of the chunks, and for slime chunks, we're just gonna place a different type of slab, so we can tell the difference easily. And once we get it all mapped up, I will probably replace all the slabs with a uniform slab so it doesn't look as bad when you're above it. So in that case, I might actually just place like green wool blocks or something at the bottom of the chunk where the slabs are. And I'm gonna go ahead and make this beacon. What do I need? I need some obsidian and glass. I don't think I have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this beacon, and we can go ahead and dig out our first chunk. And I will be right back, guys. Alright, we are in the nether now, and I am going to use this trick to kill the wither. So what this trick is you just trap them in the bedrock ceiling like this. And you want to find a formation that looks like this. You need at least, oops, I can't aim today. You need a cross shape bedrock formation like this with a block above it like that. And that is the minimum requirement for this. What people do, they just find these 3x3 platforms like this. This will work. It's the same thing. These blocks right here are actually not necessary. Because these four cross blocks will keep the wither in this block. And if you have a block right here and you push him up with a piston, he won't actually go up because there is a block blocking him. So that is why this block needs to be empty. And over here, I made sure it was. I had to ender pearl up here because it's pretty tight, and I had to break those blocks in there. So there's that. And so these blocks right here aren't actually necessary. I've seen people look for those a lot. And the wither will still shoot you if the formation is like this because he can see you. But if you have these blocks here, then he will not be able to see you, so he will not shoot. But if it's like this, the only blocks he can actually break are the ones that are like in this little area right here. So he won't be able to destroy much. You'll see in here. He's just gonna destroy like maybe a 3x3 area right here that goes up to this block right here. So that's how this works, and I'm going to just set this up right now. Let's see, I need just a piston. This is going to be my center block right here. So I need to go 3 down, and then right here is where the piston's going to be. And these 3 blocks are going to be, that's the space that I need to actually summon the wither. Because you need the 2 space for the soul sand, and then another for the heads. And we just put a lever here just to make sure it works. And let's go ahead and summon him. I'm just gonna box here like this. That, get my heads stuck. Alright, and once I summon him, I'm just gonna go and flip this lever and it'll push him up into the ceiling. Like this, and push him up. And there we go. He'll explode. He won't do any well, he'll do damage, but he won't blow any blocks around him when he's summoned because, you know, he's blocked by bedrock. So I'm just gonna kill him here like this. You can hear him blow or try to shoot me because he can see me, but it's not actually blowing anything up because it's just hitting bedrock. It's hitting the center bedrock right here. So there's just an explosion radius around that. And it's not gonna affect anything around me. Or anything important, really. So I got my nether star, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the beacon, and then I'll set it up, and then we can start digging and talking about the perimeter. Alright guys, I set up the beacon here, and I actually dug out this chunk already. This is the first chunk out of 500, so we still have a long way to go. And this took a little bit longer than I expected it to be. I expected it to be about like 30 minutes for one chunk, but it took me about, I would say, a little bit over an hour, because I would have to come up here and actually put all this cobblestone, or stone actually, because I was using a silk touch pick. I had to come up here and put all this stone up. Oops. And yeah, so that one chunk got me these 4 chests full of cobblestone, or stone, some dirt, some sandstone and sand from the surface, and about a stack of iron ores and 3 stacks of coal. I didn't find any diamonds, and that is not good, because I actually needed diamonds, because I'm out of diamonds right now, and I have nothing to repair my picks with. This actually took about 3 picks actually to dig out, so I would have to, I would say 12 diamonds per chunk. And yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might have to go mining soon. I'm just gonna go strip mine somewhere else so we can get some diamonds, and if I do, um or I'm gonna do it somewhere else, so if I do dig out more chunks, I will find diamonds hopefully, so I don't actually excavate all of this near spawn. There's that, and I actually died down here. The spider, it was nighttime, and a spider just knocked me off, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna light up this bottom floor right here, and I'm gonna light it up so monsters don't spawn here, except for slime chunks. If this is a slime chunk, I'm just gonna give it like a day. If it's not a slime, or if I don't find a slime in here, I'm just gonna mark it as a non-slime chunk. And I left these hedges up here so I can actually, whoops, so I can get out of here with ender pearls. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing for every hole. So, I'll add these in. And, ooh, that's not good. Okay, there we go. And that's how, instead of using like a ladder or, staircase or something, since it's gonna come down anyway, since we're gonna dig out the whole entire area, I just decided that would be the quickest and easiest way for me to get out. And we have pretty much unlimited supply of ender pearls anyways, so it shouldn't be a problem to waste them like that. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the next few days actually. I want to just get started on it. Um, for my next project, I'm gonna start on the vault actually. Since we have a good bit of iron, I can actually finish a layer of the hoppers. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get that sorted out, because I have a lot of stuff in that one storage room. There is probably, I would say 20 double chests, I guess. And it's not organized at all. There's just a bunch of random stuff. And yeah, I had to find the iron, or the diamond, to actually make my pickaxes here. Um, and they were just scattered all throughout the chest. And I couldn't even tell if he had wood or not. So I looked through a few chests and just gave up and actually just cut down a tree and got wood from there. So yeah, this, and this right here, I don't know what that is. It's a mushroom house. But yeah, all of these chests, none of them are organized. Well, okay, this maybe, but we need to get rid of these feathers. Speaking of that, I am probably going to move this. I found, or I figured out a better way of doing this with a hopper timer instead of this 20-minute interval thing for the daylight, because you know these chicken in here is just growing exponentially. Well, not exponentially, it's growing little by little, and yeah, it's starting to lag up the server. As you can see, we had 150 entities around here when we built this thing, and now we have 222. It might be because of this right here. I'm not sure. Does it? That could be 50, but there's still another 20 chicken in here, if that's the case. I did take account of the villagers, cause actually no, I didn't. We built this after that, didn't we? Yeah. So actually, scratch that. I'm not gonna use a daylight sensor because it just takes up a lot of space. The hopper design that I want to use is just gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just gonna be a 6x6 square. And yeah, that's a lot smaller than this. I will work on that tomorrow, and I will release a tutorial for this, the full version, when I have it completed. And I think that is all for this video. So yeah, next video we'll start fixing this, and I might want to make this area right here into a lobby with a big map. Actually, no, I'm gonna have a map room over here somewhere. I'm gonna remove this right here, because the person that built this, he moved down there. And yeah, I think that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and just remember to comment and suggest things down below, and I will try to read them all. And again, thank you and good night.